Hi guys, and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new, my name is Crystal and welcome. I post these What's for Dinner videos every Friday. This week I'm going to be sharing 4 simple dinner ideas to make at home or to enjoy with your family. Of course, if you guys enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And for more videos like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Any videos or recipes that I do mention will be in the description as always. And before we get started, if you guys want to keep watching more of these What's for Dinners, I do have a playlist that will be in the description as well as pinned in the comments. So let's get started with this week's What's for Dinner. So starting the week, we made some carne asada. We did buy this carne asada, which is beef. In our area, we call it carne asada. It's already pre-marinated for tacos. I do have a video on how to marinate it if you guys want to check that out, or if you can't find carne asada in your area that's already marinated. Very simple, just 2 ingredients. If you want to add more, simple seasoning, lime juice, orange juice, and also a can of beer is perfect to marinate this beef and great for tacos. We also made some guacamole on the side. Now each time we make guacamole, it's very different. These are just some of the ingredients that I'm using. I feel like this is very simple, but I still wanted to share it in the What's for Dinner. So I had some aguacates. I also had some tomatoes. I always save the pits. That helps it from turning brown. And then also an onion, as well as we're going to be adding, you'll see right now, some chile serranos for a little bit of spice, and also some cilantro. So I just chop up all of my ingredients, smash the aguacates, and then just add them in. Sometimes we'll just make guacamole and all it is aguacates, lime juice, and salt. That's it. But when I don't make a salsa, I like to add a little bit of extra ingredients. And when we have tacos, I do like to add salsa, guacamole, and cilantro, and onion diced up, but this just makes everything all together. Just one easy step. I didn't have to make a salsa, and I didn't have to chop up the onion and the cilantro separate. It's just everything all together in the guacamole. And then if you like heat, I do recommend you use either jalapeno or chile serrano. It does give it a good little kick. So I did add about 2 limes, but I'm only showing that I squeezed 1, a little bit of salt, and that was it. So we were gonna have this on tortillas, but we decided at the last minute to use up the chips. We did buy a bag of corn chips back in our Las Vegas trip, so we wanted to use up those chips. So here's the guacamole. Oh my goodness, that's all you need on any day, just some chips and some guacamole, and you're ready to go. There's the carne asada that Jorge cooked, and then the bag of chips. I was watching my godson and his little sister, my best friend's kiddos. It was their anniversary on this day. They already ate. Leslie, my best friend, bought them some Wiener Schnitzel, so they had a good dinner, and pretty much this was just Jorge and me that we were eating, and we had plenty of leftovers. So Jorge does roast these chiles as the carne asada is cooking, and then he's just peeling them, and you can eat them as they are. Sometimes they're spicy, sometimes they're not. This one, they were a little bit of spicy. And then you can put like salt and lime on them, but I just ate them like that. And then we had the chips with the guacamole and then the carne asada on the side. But definitely, if you want to make them like loaded chips, I would just add the chips, chop up the carne asada or chicken, whatever you prefer. I would add some shredded cheese, and then if you want to add sour cream and the guacamole, and you have yourself some carne asada chips, which is also really good. You could even add some salsa. And then I'm always telling you guys that Jorge is a gentleman. Here he is cleaning my sparkling water can because he noticed that I was filming, but he didn't notice that I was filming him. And then you'll see that he'll open it up. It's the little things for me that count. I've always told him that he doesn't have to buy me gifts, but little things that he does for me, I always appreciate my husband. So yeah, this was our dinner, and it was funny because it was like a little date while the kids played. We made a fort for them, and they watched movies, and we had a really, really good time on this day. So on this day, my in-laws called us over, and they invited all the family over, and we had fish tacos. We also went live on this day. So if you guys want to check out that video, it is a little bit long, but we did take probably about an hour to cook all this up. All of us pitched in, and we did it pretty fast. I also did film, so I'm hoping that I did get some decent footage, and if I can, and if you guys are interested, I will do my best to have a video on how to make fish tacos. In the live you can see it, but it's a little bit long and it's real time and it's lots of fun as always on the lives. We always have such a great time for those who've already joined in the lives or watched the replays. But this is what we had on this day. Like I said, hopefully I can get that video and see what footage I filmed. And if I can make a video of how my mother-in-law makes these fish tacos, they are hands down the best. I'm not saying that because this is my family, but I've tried many other of them and they just don't taste like mama. These are the best one, the easiest one, the most flavorful ones that I've ever tried. So if you guys like fish tacos, stay tuned. Hopefully I will have a video up soon on that. And then these are just some of the toppings, and this is what we had for dinner on this day. So on this day, we made papa con chorizo, and Jorge was the one that actually cooked on this day. Papa con chorizo is pretty much potato, papa, and chorizo is chorizo. And we use a beef one that we get at Costco. He peeled and diced about 5 of them. I actually do have a video on how to make this if you want to see step by step. I will link it down below. In that video, I used leftover baked potatoes. You don't have to do that, and this time we didn't. We used just regular rustic potatoes, peel them and cut them like I said, chop them up, cook them until they were fully cooked, about 20 minutes. And then we add the chorizo on the side. Just let that cook up a bit, and then you'll see that Jorge will start mixing this up. Now, papa con chorizo, these are great en burritos, but you can have them on their own. However way you want them. It's very versatile. Normally we do not make this for dinner. This is kind of like a lunch, or like we're going out, for example, to the zoo or somewhere, and they're great to go, or also like packing for lunches and things like that. Like I said, they're great for that. But on this day it was kind of random, and this is actually my oldest favorite papa con chorizo, so she was really excited. So like I said, we don't make this for dinner normally, but we did on this day. It's very simple and very flavorful. We made some flour tortillas. Cooked up some flour tortillas, not make them. And then we just had some grapes on the side, caldo de burrito, and that's what we had for dinner. Easy and simple and very delicious. So on this day, I wanted to make some salt and pepper chicken wings. This is one of my husband's favorite kind of chicken wing. We usually order these out from a favorite place of ours, and I finally decided to make some. I did buy this pack of chicken wings from Costco, so I have about 10 pounds. In this video, I am using 2 pounds, so stay tuned. I got a couple of recipes for you guys. So we're starting off by adding some salt and pepper, and then you guys will see later on I'm going to add garlic powder. It's just in the moment I forgot. And make sure to season both sides. You're going to see that I'm going to use a bowl later on because it's going to be way easier. But yes, we're going to use some garlic powder, and salt and pepper is going to be the main component here. This is what's flavoring the chicken, and this is why they get their name salt and pepper wings. I did not come up with this recipe, so I will link down the recipe down below, of course. And then here I'm going to let these set on a oven rack in the fridge for 4 hours, or overnight is best, the recipe called for, and I did overnight. And then this is the following day. We're going to be making the batter. Very simple recipe for a batter. So I have a mixing bowl, a whisk, and then I'm going to be using 1 cup of cornstarch, as well as half a cup of just plain flour. And then you guys will see that we will also be using 1.5 cup of cold water. It's very important that the water is cold, so don't make this until you are ready, because the batter needs to be cold. That's what's going to help crisp up. And then we are going to be frying these. So if you don't feel comfortable with frying, I will try to link a video where it's a little different, but they do bake ones. I might try those another time, but we did enjoy the crispiness. So I just add the ingredients and then make sure to give it a good mix. You don't want any lumps, and you're going to notice that this batter is not very thick. You're going to see that it's not like a cake or a pancake batter. It is very thin, but it's supposed to be like that. Just make sure that I'm mixing everything well combined. And then we are going to be double frying this. and I will explain that in a little bit what that means. So we are going to be frying these 2 times. The first frying time, you're going to see that the bubbles barely start bubbling on my wooden spoon. That's what I use to make sure that the oil is hot enough. Here it is not as hot. We just want to do the first batter, and we're going to cook these up for about 4 to 5 minutes. And then we're going to take them out, set them to the side, and then double fry them. When I do the second frying, I'm gonna crank up the heat until I get like a nice more hot oil. This one is just like barely getting there, if that makes sense. And then as I'm cooking these, I'm making sure that the oil stays as clean as possible. So you'll see that I will be taking out any little crumbs that are floating on top. This will help to make sure that the chicken stays nice and golden brown and doesn't go too dark on us. So like I said, it's gonna be a double frying method. This recipe was a little time consuming, but it was very easy and simple and definitely worth the wait.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on.
So here are all the chicken wings. Now I cranked up the heat, and this is going to be the second time that we're going to be frying them. I'm putting them for 4 to 5 minutes or until they're golden and crispy. I try not to crowd the pan, and then once again cleaning up any crumb that comes to the oil. And then each time they did come out, I did add salt and pepper, kind of like when you take out French fries. I just season them this way. Now, if you want a little bit of heat, you can add some crushed red peppers, salt and pepper in a bowl, and then add that to the salt and pepper wings, and you are ready to go. I did this little extra step. So when we order these wings, they do come with like onions and green onions. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm starting off with about half a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to let that melt. Now, if you do not like spiciness, just the salt and pepper would be fine. The chili flakes you can add optional just for a little kick of heat or flavor, but you can just leave them as is. This is just an extra step. So once that butter melts, I'm going to be adding 3 garlic cloves sliced up, some green onions, chile jalapeno, and also some sliced up onion. This is just to go on top of the wings. When we go to this place, they do serve it like this. And even if you want to add extra heatness or more flavor, I think next time I will do this, is add some red chili flakes. Now these salt and pepper wings aren't supposed to be like spicy, but it does give it a really good flavor to the chicken wings. So I'm just toasting these up for about 30 to 45 seconds, a minute, just to soften them up. And then I'm adding very little bit of salt and pepper, and then very little bit. I added about 1/8 of a teaspoon of the chicken bouillon. Normally I don't add chicken bouillon and salt, but just for this time, since salt and pepper is a big component in this recipe, I'm just adding a little bit of each. Once I combine and mix that all in, I'm going to throw in the wings, and I do have this all in a high heat, but everything is going so fast. So I'm just tossing in the wings with the onion, the garlic, the green onions, and the chile jalapeno, and making sure it all gives it really good flavor. And then I'm going to serve this up. So these chicken wings are perfect for an appetizer, for a little get-together, for family. We did send some over with family, and we did have my nieces and nephews over, and my nephew did try one. He said they were pretty good. So I'll tell you what Jorge thinks right now.
Here goes the taste.
Yeah, I'm going to taste one with that.
Cheers. I need a little bit more spicy, or maybe without.
Well, you're not supposed to be spicy.
Let me see. Get a piece of jalapeno, it's good. It's not spicy like that, that's super spicy. It just gives it the good spice.
This one has seeds on it.
Great.
You're good? So sorry for the audio. Hopefully you can hear that crunch, but they were so good. We served it with rice, and then I add some of the onion topping on top of the rice. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's What's for Dinner. I was planning on putting a salad on there as well, but I guess I was just too hungry. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's What's for Dinner. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching.
Sunset slow.